Hey, what's good, boys? So we back with another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to make these like experimental YEAT beats. And yeah, shout out to my boy SYKE. He gonna break down the sample by itself, and then I'm gonna break down the drums.
Yo, what's up with y'all boys, man? It's your boy SYKE. Shout out to SaTezzy for the collab, you feel me? You know, you're welcome. You're welcome. Good to give back to the smaller channels, you feel me? Anyways, man, we decided to make something like 𝘾𝙤𝙘𝙙, something like Cash Crabs, something cool, man, something clean with good sound selection, bro. So let's just break down this melody, man. Let's get straight to it. This is how the melody sounds all together. Okay, good. So the first sound that you want to start with, bro, you want some kind of chord progression, you know, you want some kind of foundation. All this is playing is the same F minor chord all throughout the pattern. You know, there isn't a specific chord change. It's just the bass notes that are changing. And I also put these little like stutters right here. This would be a chord like this, but I just pulled it back so it stops instantly. And it also adds a lot of bounce when you pull stuff back and just leave room right here, bro. Leave some space. That was the Between Worlds from Xenology. I just turned down the release so it would actually stop when I have this little thing right here. And then I layered the same pattern, so it's the exact same pattern onto a new sound. That was the synth velo cap from Serum. Shout out to Genji, bro. This guy, he know what he doing. He know what he doing. I routed both of these into the same mixer track 1, and I put an EQ and a delay. Then once I add the chords, I usually just think of where to add something else. Your brain just kind of fills in the gaps, you know. That's what we did right here with these two little accent sounds. Notice it's not placed where it would usually be. That was the AX Waspy lead from Xenology. I just put a ping pong delay on it. Then it's time for the second accent. You can see how that first accent plays slightly before this one. It's just, it gives this kind of like call and response kind of thing. That was the simple tri lead from
Xenology.
Again, using the lead as a pluck, bro. You can use it as anything, bro. And then I got a bell. Had it just loud enough to where you can kind of notice it's there, but you can't really hear it. But hey, bro, it's there. You feel me? Like, you feel? And this bell, bro, you can get this bell from anywhere. It's just a regular YEAT bell. Next, I have a bell. Again, you can see that all of these notes that we're using are just notes from our root notes. How we have the F and C5 as our root note, using the same notes that we've already used before, because those are guaranteed to sound good because we've already used them before. So they're guaranteed to sound good because we've already used them before. So they're guaranteed. That was the Dreaming 3 from Xenology. This whole like dreaming series that they have here, bro, very fire, bro. Super fire. Now without effects, it sounds very bright. So we're going to have to filter it with a lot of effects. Cutting all that low end off, turning this little harshness down, turning the overall highs a little bit down as well. Then you want to put a guitar rig on it. This is kind of like a customized preset. It's the Fuzzy Echoes, but normally it just has these two effects, and then I added a ROM on top of it. So it's just extra reverb in the plugin itself. It's very good. Then I put a filter on it. Got one EQ right here to bring back the high end, and another one in this built-in EQ right here. This adds like a nice texture. I wanted more of that little like 𝘾𝙤𝙘𝙙 kind of sound, so I added this 𝘾𝙤𝙘𝙙 type bass. Notice how it's specifically filling in the gaps in the chords. it kind of just gives that call and response type of effect again, bro. That was the rounded sub bass from Kavi's Drum Mastery drum kit. Next, I have this synth right here. Just acts more of like a layer to just fill stuff in and make it sound fuller. Duress pad from Serum. I didn't have any effects on that though. I added this little arpeggio right here. It sounds pretty bad soloed, I ain't gonna lie. But again, it doesn't matter because it sounds good when you combine it with all the other melodies. So that was the Dreamer keys. Again, we're playing with the same notes that we have been. Okay, we're not using something new. We're keeping it real. We're not reinventing the wheel. I put an EQ boosting the high end and one more EQ boosting some more high end. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna add a bass to this. I know exactly what bass I'm gonna add. But this is kind of muffled. This is kind of missing some high end. It's the Vento choir and it's playing just straight up F's, dude. F, F, F. A Guitar 6 just for some reverb. Using Rome right here. It's probably one of the best reverbs in my opinion. And then finally we have our bass right here. Straight just following the root notes. Nothing else going on with this. That was a custom bass preset that I made in Serum. Boom. These are the effects. Boom. Matrix. And I didn't have any effects on that either. But that's about it from me, man. We're gonna look at the drums now from SaTezzy. Peace.
Alright, so first off, I pitched down the sample by 2 semitones and I changed the BPM to 140. So as usual, I started off with the clap. For these type of beats, you don't want to make like usual boring clap patterns. You want to put in some extra notes, like here or here. And it's also really useful to use multiple claps. Like I also got this one. And a third one. Alright, so next thing I added was this snare. Alright, so you don't need snares for these beats. I'd recommend you to try out if a snare fits in the beat or not. If not, just leave it without a snare. One little punch here. And then I just got another snare. Hi-hat. So I basically followed this typical drum pattern. One tip I can give you for these beats is to use like 2 note rolls, like this one right here. It's really useful. I also really wanted to add a reversed hi-hat. It gives it more of this like glitchy experimental character. You know, just take your hi-hat and reverse that son of a bitch. Then I got another hi-hat. Open hat. And another open hat. Then finally the 808. I actually got 2 808s here. It's really common to use 2 808s in these type of beats. Then I got this kick. And as you can see, I left the first hit empty, just to make the transition fit in more a little bit. And the transition. Alright, so if you got something from this video, please let me know in the comments. Also check out SYKE's channel, and yeah, see you next time. You could pass out on my couch, maybe stay a while. I just pop a pill, now I'm feeling seen now. She keep calling on my phone, yeah, it's been a while. I just skirt off in the whip, I bought a brand new lamb.
Wish I had a brand new girl, swear that bitch a 10. Bouncing on the dick, I swear that you would think they twins. Got some dead presidents inside my pocket, and I'm rockin'.
Shawty super bad, do the handstand. She might even